We are now going to do the second colligative property part. In previous lecture, we have seen the three colligative properties, that is relative lowering of vapor pressure, elevation in boiling point, depression in freezing point. Now we come to a very unique property, colligative property of solution, which is known as osmosis or osmotic pressure. The phenomenon is osmosis, and the colligative property which we measure is called osmotic pressure. This topic is a little separate one, quite different than last lecture. So I have separated it than the previous properties. First, we learn about a term called membranes. Perhaps bio students will relate a lot of things of this with biology stuff. So under membrane, first of all, what do you mean by a membrane? When you separate two solutions having different concentrations by a thin partition, that thin partition is called a membrane. Now, depending upon the type of the membrane we are using, either solvent will pass through it, or in some cases, solute will pass through it. According to what is passed through the membrane, membranes are of two types. One is called permeable membrane. As the name suggests, it can allow the free transfer of solute particles, but it will not allow solvent. Remember, this transfer of solute will happen from higher concentration to lower concentration, and this phenomenon is known as diffusion. We are not going to study this phenomena. We are not interested in permeable membranes at all. The second type which we are going to study is called semi-permeable membrane. Now look at the difference kind of point. Here there will be a transfer of solvent molecules. Go on checking this like a distinguish. This transfer happens from lower concentration to higher concentration. And this phenomenon is termed as osmosis, the topic which we are going to study today. So we are interested right now in this semi-permeable membrane. Once again, I repeat, semi-permeable membrane, there is a transfer of solvent taking place. So if you are taking a solution of, say, glucose in water, so what will transfer through the membrane? Water molecules. And if you are keeping on left side, suppose dilute solution, on right hand side of the membrane, suppose concentrated solution. So water will flow from dilute to concentrated. So compare the points over here. Slowly, if you forget permeable membrane, I don't care because we don't need it anywhere as such in the syllabus. Semi-permeable membrane, which we study, are of two types. Usually all the textbooks write this as SPM. So I've written that short form here. Natural semi-permeable membrane, which scientists have been using for several years. In fact, the discoveries took place using them. They are either animal membranes or vegetable membranes. Now, animal membranes, one of the example which is historically being used is pig's bladder. Most of the animals, mammals, bladders function as semi-permeable membrane. So historically, when scientists discovered this, they had used pig's bladder. Now, of course, in day-to-day life basis, natural semi-permeable membrane won't last long. They are not very sturdy also. They will decompose fast. They will get bad smell in the laboratory. So they are avoided. Synthetic semi-permeable is what everyone prefers. So one of the few examples are parchment paper, cellophane paper, and substances precipitates like copper ferrocyanide, potassium ferrocyanide. These are deposited somewhere, and after drying down, those layers are used as synthetic semi-permeable membrane. Any doubt about this entire page? We only talked about membranes right now. Let us go for the phenomenon of osmosis. Osmosis is defined as, I'm giving you the definition in the beginning, spontaneous, unidirectional flow of solvent molecules. Analyze, digest each and every word. spontaneous. There is no external force needed. You create the phenomena, you create the situation, flow starts automatically, spontaneous. Unidirectional, it will go only in one direction. If you want to reverse the direction, you need to apply the force. So unidirectional. Which flow happens? Solvent molecules, we said already. Now there are two possibilities: from solvent to solution, or less concentrated to more concentrated. So at two different places, osmosis is possible. This is possible only through a semi-permeable membrane. Now what we said, I'm just putting it in a simple sketch. There is a flow of solvent. Follow the definition and look at this diagram. Flow of definition, a flow of solvent which is spontaneous and unidirectional. कहाँ से हो रहा है? From solvent to solution, or dilute to concentrated. And important thing, this flow happens through a semi-permeable membrane. If you remember this sketch, you can write the definition on your own. Once again, spontaneous and unidirectional flow of solvent molecules from solvent to solution, or from dilute to concentrated. जो definition में लिखा है, less concentrated मतलब dilute, through a semi permeable membrane is called osmosis. On internet I found a good GIF of osmosis. You can watch that here. The blue circles are water molecules and the green ones are, suppose, sugar. Usually most of the UK and US textbook call this semi permeable membrane as selectively permeable membrane. So in most of the diagrams you will find this word. In India we follow the term semi permeable. So you can see semi permeable in the center, and slowly water molecule is traveling from low sugar concentration to higher sugar concentration. Those who have studied this under bio, or perhaps even in 10th standard, let me tell you one word which is given over here, and chemistry wise this is a wrong term, we don't use it. High water concentration, low water concentration. In biology I have seen they usually use a term high concentration of water, low concentration of water. Now this is actually not allowed, because we never say water concentration as low or high, क्योंकि ये solvent के sense में है. तो अगर आप लोगों ने बायो में ये definition किया है, तो please do not write this in chemistry. You will not get any full marks over here. Okay, concept wise you might have done it, it's fine. Stick it, that thing in only in bio, don't bring it in chemistry, please. Any doubt in this slide? So let us come to the second one. This whole phenomena was discovered by a scientist, Ab Nole, in 1748, and he performed an experiment where he used sugar solution and water as solvent. And this was his experiment. He took a long funnel having this bulb, it's known as thistle funnel. You can see thistle tube. At the end here, at the mouth, you can see he tied pig's bladder. Now, in the initial stage, can you observe? Sugar solution here is taken 10%. 5% is suppose water here. So now after some time, where the movement must have taken place? Water, here it is solvent and here it is solution. So water has transferred inside. So you can see this as the level has increased and even the color has become little dull. This was his original experiment. So taking inspiration from this, now people have devised a lot of osmosis experiments. Go through this. Any doubt you can ask me. Done. Shall we go ahead? Now we come to the term that is osmotic pressure. So in osmotic pressure, the definition is like this. The pressure which is applied to the solution side just to prevent the passage of pure solvent into the solution through semi-permeable membrane. This is usually denoted with a symbol pi. Let us understand it. Imagine this is an arrangement we are making, and all of you think and answer some questions. You can see this left side is a compartment containing only solvent. There is a semi-permeable membrane and there is a solution. Ignore the terms low concentration, high concentration. This is biology term, we don't use it. Some of the diagrams which I take from internet, they have related to biological sites. So you will find those terms. So here we have solvent here, solution here. Can you tell me in natural case, natural course, where the flow of solvent will occur? From which compartment to which compartment?
From P to P plus pi.
From left to right, everyone agrees.
Yes, sir.
Solvent to solution, सबके समझ में
Yes,
आ गया.
sir.
Perfect. So the flow should happen like this, and we call it as osmosis. But अभी हम लोग क्या करेंगे? We will apply some additional pressure here, mechanically pressing a piston only that much so that solvent does not come on this side. So this pressure will flow through this solution. It will come through semi-permeable and will stop the passage of solvent from left to right compartment. ये जो प्रेशर हम लोग अप्लाई कर रहे हैं इसको कहते हैं ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर. So remember, osmotic pressure means the pressure applied on the solution side to prevent the passage of the solvent. So osmotic pressure से the ironical thing is osmotic pressure apply करेंगे तो osmosis stop हो जाता है. That's very important. Okay, read the definition again. The pressure which is applied to the solution side just to prevent the passage of pure solvent into the solution through semi-permeable membrane. Any doubt before I go ahead? Very simple concept. Let us understand an opposite phenomena. I am showing here diagram. Now you can imagine here what is happening. On one side, we have fresh water, by which we mean drinking water. On this side, we have salty water, muddy water, or even sea water. And now we know that naturally the osmotic pressure, the flow of solvent will be taking place in this side. This is solvent, this is solution. Now we are going to apply pressure which is larger than osmotic pressure. So suppose water को यहाँ पे आने के लिए let us say 30 atmosphere was needed to stop that. हम लोग क्या करेंगे? We will apply 100 atmosphere such that what can happen? Can you think?
Water will flow back from the solution side to the solvent
Very
side.
good, very good. So solvent will now flow from solution side to the freshwater side. Isn't it the opposite direction of the osmosis? Osmosis was this blue arrow. हम लोग इतना सारा प्रेशर अप्लाई कर रहे हैं कि सॉल्टी वाटर में से सॉल्वेंट को स्क्वीज करके हम लोग यहां ट्रांसफर कर रहे हैं. दिस इज कॉल्ड रिवर्स ऑस्मोसिस. और आप लोगों ने ये वर्ड डेफिनेटली कहीं ना कहीं सुना होगा. दिस इज द फेमस RO purifiers which you get in market. Kent RO purifier. So what you get as RO is this particular technology. So in the Kent purifier, or rather any such purifier, there is a device wherein instead of salt water, you can imagine the tap water. And from tap water, there is a machine, there is a device which measures the pressure of water, applies much higher pressure than that, and from the water, it squeezes out pure water. And that becomes our drinking water. This is the technology to convert what is known as desalination of seawater. If you are a little aware and if you're reading newspapers or seeing news somewhere, just last week, BMC, Mumbai BMC, has signed a pact with Israel, and they are starting now to convert the process of converting seawater into drinking water in Mumbai at around 7 places. These are 7 places near the seashore of Mumbai. So one is at Kulaba, somewhere near Dadar, next at Andheri, Warsaw, Borivali, where the seashores are present. So Israel has this technology. UAE, Saudi has this technology from long back. See, in their countries, there is always a problem of drinking water. Dubai में आपको normal water कभी मिलेगा ही नहीं. So they always make this water from last 50 years. They have technologies. Now, since India has lot of problem of drinking water, they are now going for this technology to make drinking water from our Arabian Sea. So this process is now going to come perhaps in next 3-4 years. You will start getting your drinking water, which was historically sea water, right? Go through this whole thing. Any doubt you can ask me. Now, depending on the osmotic pressure values of solution, we have different solutions. So let us say we have a comparison of two solutions. Two solutions are given to you. By some experiment, you have found out their osmotic pressure values. So if you find that both the solutions have exactly equal osmotic pressure, we call these solutions as isotonic solutions. If the solutions have different values, then the one with a lower value, lower osmotic pressure is called hypotonic solution, and the one with a higher value is called hypertonic solution. What you see here are definitions. So two solutions having equal osmotic pressure are called isotonic solutions. Two solutions with different osmotic pressure and the lower osmotic pressure solution is called hypotonic. Once again, I'm repeating, if bio students have done some definitions with respect to concentrations, please don't write them in HSC, in chemistry. वो definition bio में ही रखो, यहाँ पे मत लेके आना. Meaning is similar, but we don't use definitions here with concentration. We use them only with osmotic pressure. Any doubt in these three definitions so far? Shall we go ahead? Now, the application of these isotonic, hypotonic, hypertonic solutions, that is over here, you can see. With respect to the terminology like concentration and solute and solvent amount. So you can see this when it is isotonic, similar concentration, solvent and solute, they have same amount. When it is hypertonic, more of solute, less of solvent. So you can translate in your mind, hypertonic is concentrated solution. Hypotonic would mean dilute solution, right? Remember this just for terminology I have given this. Now, if you make some cases like different solutions and try to see how the movement occurs. Let us see this very important one. Imagine one solution whose concentration is randomly I have taken 0.9%, and it is being separated from a semi-permeable membrane with another one same. So can you think ये कौन सा केस है? Isotonic है, hypo है,
Isotonic.
this is
Isotonic.
isotonic. So if both are isotonic, there will not be any flow of solvent from either of the side. This is kind of an equilibrium stage. Case number 2, 0.9% के पास हम लोग रखेंगे 1.2. अभी बोलो इसमें से कहां पे क्या होगा? ये दोनों हाइपो हाइपर है एक दूसरे से. सॉल्यूशन 1 इज हाइपो, सॉल्यूशन 2 इज हाइपरटोनिक. तो फ्लो हमेशा कहां पे होता है? डाइल्यूट
Towards the
टू
hyper.
कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड. करेक्ट, डाइल्यूट टू कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड. So flow will happen from solution 1 to 2. And an opposite case is say lower concentration. Solution 2 is now hypotonic. So hypo to hyper. So both equal, no flow. Both different concentration may always it goes from lower concentration to higher concentration. recollect the very first slide of definition that I'm following simply. Go through this again. Any doubt, please ask me. ये टॉपिक काफी इजी है, स्कोरिंग भी है. Sure, let us go ahead. With respect to this, there are some applications. First, when raw mango or pieces of mango are placed, raw mango matlab कैरी जो हम लोग खाते हैं, it's placed in a concentrated salt solution, it loses water through osmosis and it becomes a small amount. The quantity reduces, the size reduces. We call this process as pickle formation. So all the pickle what we make are based on the osmosis phenomena most of the time. Number two, wilted flowers will revive when they are placed in fresh water. But of course, in due time, if you take long time to do that, the flowers will die, of course. This experiment you must have seen, or it can be visible if you just pass some marketplace somewhere. Usually when they get carrots, they are usually dried because of sun and all. So what these bhajiwalas do is they dip it in water such that they soak water by osmosis and they once again become reddish and proper hard way. So people will immediately purchase it. If it is limp, nobody will purchase it. This is a thing which you might experience sometime if you eat chips or something little larger amount sometimes. Then you feel thirsty because in tissue cells water retention happens. This is also what is known in medical sense as edema. So there is swelling of the cells happen due to osmosis phenomena. Water movement from soil to the plant roots and till the upper part of the plant, this is all due to osmosis. Bio students or even in 10th standard you must have heard a term called Turgor pressure. So
Yes,
that
sir.
pressure, yeah, the pressure which happens through the roots and all are responsible for it. That is nothing but osmotic pressure. Another example is about red blood cells. Our red blood cells usually contain 0.91% sodium chloride. So this solution is isotonic. So अभी देखो केस नंबर 3 सबसे पहले देखो. यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने 0.91% का solution लिया है. So the red blood cells will remain as it is. If you are making a hypertonic solution, all the water from the red blood cell will lose and the cells will shrink. And if you keep it in hypotonic, the blood cell will start accepting water and they will swell. Now, what is important here? Why do we need to learn this? Whenever people are injecting saline solution in body, saline solution must contain 0.91% NaCl always. अगर इससे कम या ज्यादा दिया तो आपके रेड ब्लड सेल का बॉडी में ये हालत हो जाएगी. So making saline is not a joke. You can't just add salt and make a solution out of it. It has to be exactly 0.91% NaCl. 0.91% weight by volume. Unless this is done, it is not a saline solution. Right? In case you have observed, ये मेरे पहले स्लाइड में यहाँ पे मैंने ऑलमोस्ट वही आपको दिखाया था. So 0.9 I had taken, which was a rough value of that red blood cells. So ये red blood cells है और अभी जो मैंने एक्सपेरिमेंट दिखाया वही आपको यहाँ पे दिखाया था. Right? Higher, hypertonic and hypotonic. We are finished with the theory part. We go to the last section, mathematical part of it, and that will complete our topic. Very small, easy section today. The whole theory of dilute solution or osmotic pressure was studied by scientist Van 't Hoff. This person, Van 't Hoff, performed a lot of experiments. And in these experiments, he found out that the laws which dilute solution follow are exactly same as gas laws. So जैसे गैस लॉ में बॉयल्स लॉ, चार्ल्स लॉ, गेलुसैक्स लॉ होता है, वैसे ही सेम सॉल्यूशन में भी होता है. So to realize that, he named the laws as Van't of Boyle's law. So we understand Boyle's law में temperature constant था, यहां पर भी same है. So look at the statement. Osmotic pressure of a dilute solution is directly proportional to the concentration when temperature is kept constant. So pi is proportional to concentration. Now, if you think carefully, concentration is number of moles upon volume. So वैसे देखेंगे तो pi is proportional to 1 upon volume. Isn't it Boyle's law only? Where pressure is proportional to, inversely proportional to volume. Second he discovered was Van't of Gay-Lussac's law, where concentration is kept constant. And here pi is proportional to temperature. This is even sometimes written as Van't of चार्ल्स लॉ, क्योंकि चार्ल्स लॉ में भी यही किया था. अभी ये दोनों लॉस को, इन दो इक्वेशन को हम लोग ज्वाइन करते हैं, कंबाइंड इक्वेशन. सो व्हाट वी नो ऑलरेडी, पाई प्रोपोर्शनल टू टी, पाई प्रोपोर्शनल टू सी. तो ज्वाइन करो दोनों को, पाई प्रोपोर्शनल टू सी इंटू टी. इंट्रोड्यूस अ कांस्टेंट आर which is gas constant R 8.314. What is C? Number of moles upon volume. So ये इक्वेशन यहां सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे तो वी गेट एन इक्वेशन फॉर पाई, एंड m2 को अगर सब्जेक्ट करेंगे तो वी गेट टू इक्वेशंस हियर on which we will be having numerical problems. Any doubt? This is a small derivation which comes in exam for 2 marks. Please go through the full derivation. W2 is mass of the substance solute, M2 molecular mass, V is volume in liter. Now, if you see the applications of this equation, now this is a complete list of all the formulae we know. Pi equal to CRT. Concentration is number of mole upon volume. V को अगर क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई किया तो ये इक्वेशन. Can you see this equation just sound like PV equal to nRT, ideal gas equation, exactly same behavior. फिर जो पहले इक्वेशन लिखा था नंबर ऑफ मोल की जगह वॉल्यूम लिख के, वो सब इक्वेशन. अभी इक्वेशन के अलग अलग एप्लीकेशन है और उस पे हम लोग को न्यूमेरिकल्स आएंगे. फर्स्ट वन फ्रॉम हियर, इफ यू हैव टू आइसोटोनिक सॉल्यूशंस, सो इक्वेशन बनेगा पाई वी इक्वल टू N1RT, पाई वी इक्वल टू N2RT. अभी देखो इसमें N1 will become equal to N2 because isotonic मतलब pi similar, volume and T will be constant. So number of moles in both of them are equal. This is known as Van't Hoff theory of dilute solution. Please read this big paragraph. This we need to remember for numerical problems. This is application of equation pi v equal to nRT. Let us come to second application of this one. If there are two isotonic solutions, दोनों का pi osmotic pressure same रहेगा. So I can equate this equation. So weight of A upon molecular weight of A, volume of A, this will be equal. Cancelling RT, we get this equation. So if you have problems on isotonic solutions, you need to use this formula for solving the sums. DPP में आपको इस पे ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस आएंगे, HSC में थोड़े कम है. Application number 2. Application number 3. If you mix two solutions and you want to find the resultant osmotic pressure, so we have a very simple equation. Pi 1 V1 plus pi 2 V2 equal to pi resultant is into V1 plus V2. So by just substituting, आपके पास V1, V2, pi 1, pi 2 रहेगा, आपको सिर्फ pi r निकालना रहता है. बहुत सिंपल सम्स है इस पर. Next, here this case was same substances और इसमें नंबर ऑफ मोल वगैरह सब सेम है. अगर अपने पास मिक्स्ड केस है, N1 N2 number of moles of two different solutes, volume V1 V2, then this is another formula for calculation. Let us come to the theory part. In notes we were on page 28. Permeable membrane, semi-permeable, natural, synthetic. Definition of osmosis. Ab knowledge experiment. Osmotic pressure का definition and arrangement. Reverse osmosis. Isotonic, hypotonic, hypertonic solutions with examples. Applications with those red blood cells, edema, turgor pressure and all. Equation का derivation यहाँ पे pi proportional to C, pi proportional to T and so on. That's all. This is your simple part of osmosis, osmotic pressure. We have 9 sums. Of course, I have not solved so many for you. Everyone is able to see this slide visible है सबको PDF?
Yes, sir.
चलो let us see. I have solved around 3-4 sums क्योंकि same to same है, खाली जो नया चीज है वो दिखा रहा हूं आपको. Let us read it. 4.5 gram glucose, molar mass 180, 100 ml water, temperature 298 Kelvin, R is given. So we have equation pi equal to W2 upon mv into RT. Weight 4.5 gram, R का वैल्यू दिया है, टेम्परेचर, मास, वॉल्यूम सिर्फ ध्यान रखो आपको लीटर में लेना है. दिस इज द मिस्टेक मेनी स्टूडेंट्स डू, दे फॉरगेट टू मेक लीटर. दैट्स ऑल, वी गेट एन आंसर. इतने सिंपल सम्स है. सेम लेवल यू गेट इन जेई, सीईटी, नीट, एवरीवेयर. लेकिन जेई और नीट में वो लोग ज्यादा करके आइसोटोनिक वाले प्रॉब्लम ज्यादा पूछते हैं. ओके यहाँ पे यूजुअली आर के आपको दो वैल्यूज मिलेंगे, एक तो 8.314 या फिर 0.0821. कौन सा वैल्यू कभी लेना है मैंने यहां लिखा है. अगर आपको प्रॉब्लम में ऐसा यूनिट्स दिखा मीटर क्यूब, देन यू टेक 8.314. लेकिन अगर लीटर में है ओल्ड यूनिट्स में, देन यू गो फॉर 0.0821. majority I have seen is 0.0821 in almost all the problems. Check the second one. यहां पे अभी देखो इस इक्वेशन में इतने सारे वेरिएबल्स है, पाई, डब्ल्यू, एम, वी एंड टी. तो 5 वेरिएबल में से वो लोग 4 आपको देंगे, फिफ्थ फाइंड करने को बोलेंगे. दैट इज द ओनली थिंग दे कीप ऑन डूइंग इन एवरी प्रॉब्लम. अभी यहाँ पे थोड़ा अलग है, देखो क्या किया है. सोल्यूशन ऑफ केन शुगर इज 17.8 ग्राम पर लीटर. मेजॉरिटी स्टूडेंट्स, दोज हु आर वेरी गुड इन साइंस, वो लोग सोचते हैं ग्राम पर लीटर इज मास पर वॉल्यूम. अरे ये डेंसिटी है क्या? डोंट थिंक दैट वे. 17.8 gram per liter is from the equation W upon V. देखो मैंने यहां लिखा है. सो आपको W और V का उन्होंने सेपरेट वैल्यू नहीं दिया है, सीधा डिवीजन करके दिया हुआ है. तो आपका दोनों में से एक टर्म सीधा मिल गया, राइट. सो समटाइम्स इफ दे राइट इट दिस वे, ग्राम पर लीटर, अंडरस्टैंड दे आर टॉकिंग ऑफ वेट पर वॉल्यूम. फिर मॉलिक्यूलर वेट है, बाकी सब कुछ आपको टी फाइंड करना है, दैट्स ऑल. ये ATM वर्ड को कैंसिल करो, देयर इज नथिंग इन दैट, जस्ट सिंपल डिवीजन. थर्ड प्रॉब्लम नाउ with respect to isotonic. 30 gram of glucose in 1 liter. So you know I have solution 1, 30 gram 1 liter. Osmotic pressure is 4.91. Glucose का molecular weight 180. Now if the osmotic pressure of a similar solution is 1.5 atmosphere, what is the concentration of it? So now from first solution, we find the concentration. Weight, molecular weight, we get concentration. Now we have equation pi equal to CRT. So pi 1 upon pi 2 equal to C1 RT upon C2 RT, RT cancel हो जाएगा. You will get answer of pi 2. Since they have asked us in sense of concentration here, we are finding it this way. Go through it. Any doubt, please ask me.
So you have written the temperature just for the
हाँ, because यहाँ पे cancel हो रहा है तो उसका कुछ फायदा नहीं है. It's useless. You mean to say
Okay, sir.
303 and 300 ना? ये this is of no use. It's getting cancelled in the problem. Another one now, isotonic solution with different substances. Now you can see in the problem here they have given us sucrose and data of sucrose, which is isotonic with urea. So we have to find the mass of sucrose. So since they are isotonic, their pi values are equal. अभी इसमें आपको एक मैं हिंट बताता हूं, मतलब आपको ज्यादा बाय हार्ट नहीं करना पड़ेगा. सी व्हाट इज अवर बेसिक इक्वेशन? पाई इक्वल टू, क्या इक्वेशन हम लोग ने यूज किया था, सबको याद है? व्हाट इज द इक्वेशन? यू कैन सी हियर WRT अपॉन MV. सो WRT अपॉन M इंटू V. सो जब भी आपको प्रॉब्लम आइसोटोनिक पर रहेगा तो आपको पहले तो दोनों को इक्वेट करना है. Then you write corresponding thing, weight of sucrose RT upon molecular weight of sucrose, volume of sucrose is equal to weight of urea RT, molecular weight of urea, volume of urea. Then you read the problem. Weight of sucrose needs to be found out. Volume 1 liter, yahan par bhi 1 liter. Molecular weight of course will be different. So then you cancel out the things and then see whatever is left over. So आप basic equation लिखो, problem देख के accordingly terms cancel करो, you will get the final answer correctly. They are quite easy sums that way, nothing complicated or no twisted thing come in osmotic pressure. 9 sums are there totally. Out of that I have solved 5, 3, 2 and 1. रेस्ट एवरीथिंग आर सेम लाइंस, खाली अलग अलग है. जैसे कल आपने होमवर्क कंप्लीट किया था, प्लीज डू इट टुडे इटसेल्फ एंड फिनिशेस ऑफ. सो वी आर फिनिशिंग अप टू दिस होल थिंग, that is till unit number 4 of the chapter. We are now left with unit 5, abnormal molar mass. This is the last part of the topic which we'll be directly doing now on Monday lecture.